So I am Dr. Mohammed Shahab Siddiqui, presenting today's topic as community algorithm and its tools. This is a journey of last 16 years, which I did in my PhD of computer science from Hamdard University. And I joined a PhD program on HEC scholarship, and I completed it in 2011. So since then, I am working in different universities as professors and as dean and chairperson. So my current designation is professor and chairperson at Department of Computing, Faculty of Computing and Information Technology, Indus University Karachi. And I am being a volunteer of IEEE since 1998. So I am the chair of IEEE committee. So I was continuing on slide number 4 that today's content are I have to explain what my community algorithm was and what are their contents components, and then how I used it for making different tools, which was our prototypes in different domains, but some exploration I have done with using my community algorithm. So for introduction, you can see that uh, on slide number 5, I worked on computational intelligence, and the area has been explored as in evolutionary computation in those days, because I worked in for my PhD in 2008. So at that time, social intelligence was emerging, and all those Facebook and all those things were emerging at that time. So I used it, and then I used genetic algorithm and machine intelligence and fuzzy logic in my research. And then I used swarm intelligence, which was emerged at that time, and particularly particle swarm optimization and colony optimization and cultural algorithm by Dr. Reynolds. My community algorithm has a main objective in order to classify users and emerging their roles in human community and analyzing their interaction level and interaction between communities. So nowadays, it has been emerged that we are living in a digital age or a social age where different communities are there on WhatsApp, on X, on Facebook. So there are different communities. So now the real time for my algorithm is to gauge all those communities and to uh, give the results of their interactions and being leaders. So community algorithm was a variation of genetic algorithm of John Holland, and I also used the cultural algorithm properties of Dr. Robert Reynolds. And then I classify communities and identify in different search domains. So when I searched Michael Jackson at that time on the web, it appeared as a famous pop singer. But then I searched more deeper. Then I found a computer science professor who worked on problem frames, and that problem frames I used as ontologies in my research. So you have to have a context of your search, and then you can have different phenomena appearing. So a lady asking about the future of NLP and future of AI, I can't predict that this thing in this year, but as time going forward, use of ChatGPT and use of generative AI will emerge as a field, and it will be hitting all the different domains of science and technologies and different philosophical areas also. So as a literature work, I worked on communities. It's originally coming from a Latin word, and then having a shared properties. So I am still on slide 8. If the organizers are moving the slides, then go to slide 8 and then forward. So working on communities, I found its primary basically definitions. Then I switched to social networks, and then explored their peer groups and clustering activities and small world phenomena. And there is the concept of 6 degree of separation, and where we can find by Duncan Watts in his social networks book. So he explored the connection between two people can be have a separation of degree of separation of 6 stages. So, including genetic algorithm in and all swarm optimization or population space-based algorithms in my thesis. I worked on ant colony optimization, particle swarm optimization, and cultural algorithm. And then I found a web community algorithm, uh, which was formed by Flack Lawrence Gills community. So, so there was a small comparison of different algorithms and where different concepts were being used as data space. We have generation in genetic algorithm, population space and belief space in cultural algorithm, particle space in particle swarm optimization, and colony in and colony optimization. Similarly, there are different operators and functions like crossover, mutation, selection, adjusting the beliefs, and accepting the population, calculating the fitness values and velocity of the particle, and different particle positions, and again the trails of ants in order to have different things. And there are different variables like p best, particle best, local best, and global best things in PSO. So studying ontology, which was one of the classification technique, other than the keynote, keywords and thesaurus and taxonomy and data models network. And it's a knowledge illustration of a set of domain of concepts. So I used all those concepts in order to make my algorithm. So I use these, and I developed one of the first of the tool, ontology editor, which was taught at Fast NU, and Protege was a tool of Stanford University, and OBO edit for open biological things. And then different methodologies of ontologies, methodology and unified process for ontology, and ontology development 101. So my problem area, if you analyze it, that I have a community, I have graphs and frame structures, and I have population space based algorithm. So my problem area is there in the center, where community algorithm will work with the concepts and communities and their population. So, going to the research methodology slide on slide number 13, it says that we have classification techniques, the problem, defining community, classify community, and then classify human, and then classify human community. So we have to identify, and for nowadays, we have to identify what is an agent and what is a robot or what is a persona, and what is digital human and what will be the virtual human of the next generations. So nowadays, our mobile phones are so much active that they can replicate us at different places. So if I have recorded my session, then I may have a good voice at that time. But as a human now, today, as I am having a sore throat, so I my voice is just delivered like that. So it's a human problem. So again, the machine can't understand if I have to open my account by my voice recording. I might not access my bank account, because my voice is not getting as proper as possible. So there are pros and there are cons of technology and of different phenomena. So take my presentation as a human presentation. It may be better as a machine presentation, but we have to realize that we are still human, and we have to interact with humans. So again, the development of community algorithm was socially motivated based on socially motivated algorithms, and then population based model, then fuzzy and statistical model, and so on and so forth. So just going to my different experimentations and analyzing to go quickly on my working order. So I have created different ontologies: profile ontology, community ontology, human community ontology, and then algorithm was based on statistical, and there are two roles: interaction index and role index. Then community algorithm has birth operator, migration operator, and manager operator depending on the genetic algorithm, and I explored it for the extent. And then I developed three tools at the time during the experimentation as Toad, GHC, and Livit. I will be explaining it in the next part of the presentation. Uh, so, um, so developing ontologies, I developed biological virus ontologies with the help of my student, MS student, who worked on biological virus ontology and species ontology. Now community algorithm and tools. So I have a human e-profile based on the different parameters, and then this is the block diagram on slide 17. If I can, if everyone's seeing slide 17. So these are the components of my community algorithm. Uh, that interaction space, world space, and community space. And we are having ontologies as profile, community, and human community ontologies, and then operators of birth, migration, and marriage. Then as a unique phenomena or data sticker, I have community sticker, and then I have indexes of interaction and role index. So should I explain all of these, or should I go to the community algorithm and its tools? Any host can help me.
Sir, we would like to learn more about the algorithms, I think.
Okay. So you are getting the slides right now. Okay, thank you. So going to slide 7, continuing with from slide 17. So we have community space having intra community interaction, and for different data set for forming different communities at that time. And then we have interaction space collecting the data according to different phenomena that we are having privacy issues of different people. So every community, if they allow to interact with the tool, they can share their interactions, and we can analyze that thing. Otherwise we have to have make a hypothetical or a randomized model, and then we can identify those things. We can work on different crawlers and different Gmail messages, and so on and so forth. So there is a intercommunity interaction between different communities, so that world is a collection of communities, and we can form that thing. So so I worked on the three ontologies: profiler ontology, community ontology, and human community ontology. Seeing the profile ontology in OBO edit version, you can see that thing. Uh, and then this is another properties of profile ontology, and this is a protege screen for the profile ontology and the thing. Then we have community ontology, where different parameters were taken. uh, just make sure that these working was made during 2008 to 2011, when there was no significance of social networks much there as right now. So the speaker before me talking about bard and llm, so it is llm free. It's deep learning free, it's machine learning free. So I didn't use those things on that research at that time, but I am good enough to supervise further researches on that for the new PhDs and for the new MS students who can work with me for different algorithms. I will be giving directions in the future direction so that you can see that. So these are the community ontologies versions. Then human community driving from that community ontology. Then we drive to human community based on their caste, culture, educational level, ethnic, and gender, and their habits, hobbies, and professional. So we are nowadays growing with the Google community. We are growing with AWS community, Microsoft community. So there are different, or again, professional communities like banker communities and uh, uh, cyber security people gathering in the community. So there is a role of community, and those community should be analyzed at the time. So coming back to my structural part, so the main part was community sticker. So I am now defining community sticker on slide number 24. Uh, so I have five components of my community sticker having 10 bits of data, which is a very small number, but it's just a starting of a classification. So we have marital status, religion, age group, and gender, and living status as the major factor. As I am alive now, so I have a data of one, one bit for my being alive person. So I have one for alive, zero for dead, and male being I'm a male researcher, so I put one for male and put zero for female. Then I have age group phenomena. Then I break it into four things: child, teenage, adult, and old. Then there are different religions. I took four bits for that. And then marital status of four things. I put it as a sticker. So once I give stickers to different people, humans, then I can have coded data, and then I can analyze and I can join. I make can make communities based on their uh, data formats or the key codes. So it's just a mapping. So there is a child community, there is a teenage community, and adult community, and old community. And then combining those communities, we can have hybrid communities, like we can have women engineering community, combining engineering community with the women community. So we can have all sort of set combination, intersections and unions. And then we can form different hybrid communities also. So we can have different communities as codes. So women community, adult community, Muslim, and Asian women community, Asian Muslim women community, and so on and so forth. So then I have operators, like migration operator, migrating from one community to other, like being working in one organization, we are joining another organization, so we are shifting from one community to other community. So that's the migration operator. So that but there are many issues with different communities, that if we want to change the gender community, then we can have a biological operation, and then we can have we can change the gender of the person. So again, marriage community has a marriage between bride and groom, and again now there's it's again a different sort of topic of LGBTQ, something like that. But I strictly mention over there that I will be working on bride and groom as a marriage operator. Then I have a birth operator, so that a new human, when it's born, then it will be adopting the properties of father and mother, which were the bride and groom at that time. And then offspring can have a new community sticker at the time of their birth. So then again, once I form the communities and I get the data of those communities, I can analyze those and form their interactions. So I can gauge their interactions. I use three sort of data, like SMS data, email, and the chat sessions between the users. So I analyze those things, and then I give that how many people are interacting with each other. So seeing the interaction index on slide number 31, I think you are seeing the slide number 31. So I have a high order of when all matrix operations giving maximum result, then it's a high interaction. Then the medium is in between result, and then low interaction, and then no interaction over there. Again, combining those interactions, we can have a role of a person. So most active person, who is the leader of the community, can be judged based on their interaction, and the passive users can be judged as their interaction is low. So, and dead people having no voice, so they have no role in the community now, as they are not active in the community. So again, now this is all about my algorithm, and now coming to its tools. So I developed around 10 tools during these 15 years or 16 years of cycle, starting from 2008 to 2024. I am on slide number 34. So three tools were developed for experimentation, namely Toad, Livet, and GHC. Uh, and these were tools were developed at Fast Newsys, Karachi, where we have having a research center of ubiquitous computing under Dr. Zubair Ahmed Sheikh. So we developed those softwares as FIP of Fast NU. I was the supervisor of those tools, and then seven tools as supervisor on based on my community algorithm. These tools were exploring different domains, which I will be elaborating in next slide. They were catet, cathet, catfed, catfood, catmid, catend, and catsid. So these are developed in between 2015 to 2024. So all of these tools were developed at Jinnah University for Women Karachi and Nazir Hussain University, Karachi, Pakistan. So those three tools were Toad was the .NET based tool for ontology development and editing. Levit was collection data where I collect data for email, chatting, and SMS from the LAN environments, and where LAN give me the permission to get that thing, and I took it the permission from fast and new LAN server that whatever emails are there coming there, and I can collect that with the permission of the director, because Dr. Zubair was the director at that time. So graph-based analysis of human communities. Then I generated different graphs of that like that. Slide number 36. You can see those graphs were generated in 2009 at that time. So we can have all sort of communities over there. So as people growing in the community, the communication will become dancing and dancing, and the complexity will evolve like that. So the next cycle was the seven tools which were developed after the community algorithm was existed. So CATED was the educational domain exploration, working in seeing that we are developing educational ed tech. So it's a educational domain software. Then exploring health tech, I created community algorithm tool for healthcare domain. Then financial domain, fintech. Then food domain, agri-tech. Then med tech, media domain, and then nowadays I have completing the project on entrepreneurial domain as a startup community, and then a sports domain where all sports companies can be working. So this was the working of CATED. They're having different modules, e-profiling the people. Use They are students, teachers in the community, and the teaching staff, and the administrative staff. We are generating their stickers, and then they extended my sticker to 30 bits. 30, so 20 more bits were added on different areas. Then we used randomizer in order to protect the privacy of the people, and then analyzer, and then we analyze those data through the statistical and fuzzy equations, and then we produce the graphs accordingly. So these are the some of the screens. Slide number 41, please. So so in going through this tool, this was the e-profile screen. Then we generate a community sticker, original community sticker of 10 bits. Then we extended it to 30 bits. This is the definition of the original sticker, which I already discussed to you. Then we wrote a paper on that thing in the conference. Then the extended community sticker was there based on the nationality offices of education offices like star office, VC office, exam office. We are having issuing degrees to students, and teachers are teaching the degree programs. So job position are there, area of specialization is language spoken there. So we generated matrices, and we generate those data for 10 users, 100 users, 1,000 users, and those analyzed, and then coming up with the interaction levels. Slide number 47, where you can see that we analyzed based on the interaction levels, and then these are the graphs where we generated those user highlighted those users who are doing high interaction with the so again, one of the tool was cat food, which works on the food domain or agri tech. So now for this tool, we changed our scenario, some sort of, that we can have a population space, then e-profile, sticker generator modules, different modules of analyzer, and then indexes using it. So community sticker was there of 10 bits. Then they extended it to their domain for different farmers and professions and different their education level and their languages. And then we created another sticker known as food sticker, and there we categorize food, and then uh, analyze those foods accordingly. Then we have recently we are completing our project as entrepreneurial domain. So these are the communities of startups, and like today, NIB, the National Incubation Competition, which they completed. Now today they are having the prize distribution ceremony at President House, Islamabad. So these are the communities which are growing, and this is the sports tech community which I created recently at Nazir Hussain University. So involving all those sorts of. So I draw three conclusions over here, that I can identify most active, passive, and relative passive users. I can judge their intensity of their interaction as high, medium, low, and then analyze different roles in the community using fuzzy and statistical equations, operations, and then I can analyze that. The second conclusion is that community algorithm having different concepts of operators and analyzing their roles and other things. And the third conclusion is that I contributed towards the development of tools. So I developed, still developing in 2024 and so on. I will be developing. But the question is that how, when I will convert my prototypes to a real commercial projects. So I have to work with the OREC part or the BIC part, so that my startups or the FIPs can become startups and can produce things, great things, like different people, youngsters are doing. My age is now 50, so I am feeling old in working with the new technologies. But I am seeing young generations like Dr. Bilal was there, Dr. Inamullah Khan is there. So they are the leading researchers for this generation. So they may work. I can use my expertise for supervision and mentoring, and I can give my expertise to them, and I can help them, and I can highlight the history and the failure and the success rates of the different technologies, and we can work together. Still, I have time to produce new things and new technologies. So the future direction are for pandemic algorithm, and then extended operators, and then sticker, and we can involve behavioral analysis. Another important phenomena is emotional intelligence and emotional analysis. So because nowadays we want to use AI in robots in order to uh, give them emotions like human have. So this is the acknowledgement to my supervisors and the people who work together with me for different things. And these are my references. Thank you very much. Any question?
Thank you for your enlightening presentation. Does any have any questions or comments for Dr. Shahab before we move forward? Thank you for your kind word and participation.